They push it into the other room. They spread glue for about like 10 minutes. When it is dry, they take it into the membrane machine where we put it with a PVC. So PVC also we have five different colors. We have what we call the ivory, the mahogany, the dark gray, and the cream. So basically we are using two colors because those are the colors that are most likely with the clients, the ivory color and the dark gray for the kitchen and the wardrobe. It takes about like 20 to 30 minutes to take one door through the process of planing the timber, surfacing it, joining it, then sanding it. It's all about like 30 minutes one door. And what I can tell you, for in a day, we can make about 30 doors in a day, from down to here.
In just a matter of hours, raw natural elements are transformed. The heavy doors that keep Ugandan families secure and the elegant kitchens that nurture health are completed. Outfitted with precision hardware, they stand packaged and ready to capture the market. This company has managed to maintain a steady supply chain by planning ahead and staying prepared for market disruptions. In a rapidly changing business environment, how sustainable is this strategy and what lies ahead for manufacturers navigating uncertainty? We'll take a short commercial break. A lot more is still to come. Stay tuned.
Better study tips. Scammers love posing as officials from banks or government agencies. Never share sensitive information with unsolicited callers. For hang up, find the official contact and verify their identity first. In partnership with Uganda Communications Commission and NBS.
Looking for a household cleaner that truly delivers? Meet Apple, the antibacterial cleaning powder for bathrooms and surfaces. Apple is formulated for three-dimensional cleaning. It's a scouring agent that scrubs off dirt and stains, a germicide that kills 99.9% of household germs, and it works with water to wash everything away, leaving your bathrooms and ceramics hygienic and sparkling clean. Keep up hygiene standards without breaking the budget. Switch to Apple today. Apple is available at supermarkets and convenience stores countrywide.
Introducing the all-new Roofing's TMX 500C rebars with cut and bend surfaces. Roofing's, strength of a nation.
Oi! There's only one Vinny J.
Football is better with Pepsi. Pepsi, thirsty for more.
you need a bigger space to grow your business. You need to be ready for any season.
You need faster checkouts for these busy days.
You need more equipment to meet demand.
You need to make sure everyone gets paid on time.
In business, you need advice, solutions, and sector expertise when it matters.
Your new office space looks great. What's next?
We get it. Absa Business Banking.
Funadil from Carrefour. Save on 296 grams of Heinz tomato ketchup now at 4,900 shillings on My Club. Indomie noodles pack of 5 now at 4,200 shillings. A piece of roasted chicken now at 5,000 shillings. Sachet dry iron now at 42,000 shillings. 5 liters of Cedral floor cleaner now at 19,900 shillings on My Club. Visit Carrefour Supermarket today.
Weekend yetu sina yeto inagafumba. You got Glovo. Oinacheweta gamukatale tofayo. You got Glovo. If you're having a celebration, you got Glovo. You can order what you want. You can get what you need. You got Glovo. You got it all. You got Glovo. Download the app. Order with Glovo. Track it minute by minute until you receive it in minutes.
Why pay for someone else's repairs? Say goodbye to hidden costs and hello to peace of mind of a brand new start. Discover the Suzuki range of unmatched, fuel-efficient and reliable options. From the iconic Jimny to the new Across Hybrid. Find the perfect blend of style and world-class efficiency. Upgrade today and enjoy 1 year of free fuel and comprehensive insurance, plus 2 years of free service and a 3-year warranty. Trade in your current car or choose financing to start driving as you pay installments. Don't wait. Visit the Suzuki showroom today or call 0800 211 033 to get started.
Kumulembe kuna abakozi bachayambala ebintu ebyo bisambala bannannyini makolero si kampuni abakozi mubafunire uniforms eziri ku mulembe okuva mu Jod Color Solutions banyirire bafulume mu material ne design ebiriko ate nga kuliko n'akabonero ka kampuni yo olwo business babantu maaso bagimanye tosubwa campaign eno omulamu akugamba nti stand out mu uniform yo ne Jod Color Solutions bali ku Prime Complex ku Johnson Street shop number C24 esimu noti 772 45 91 mwenda wamune ku www.jodcolorsolutions.com.
Welcome back from the break. You're still tuned into NBS's Made in Uganda. Download the Afro mobile application from the App Store or the Google Play Store and get content on the go. Now, understanding consumer preferences and staying ahead of the market trends has been central to Nile House's growth strategy. But as tastes evolve and competition intensifies, what does the future hold for business? We explore the opportunities, challenges, and the next phase of growth. Furniture is a competitive business, and running Nile House is more than looking at wood. And Dr. Lee is the man behind this house. Thank you so much for inviting us to Nile House. We're delighted to be in your space, to be in your presence. But we want to understand, what gaps were you trying to address when you started Nile House in Uganda?
I came here in 2007, and then 2007, Uganda population was 35 million. And Kampala at that time was about 3.5 million, 10%. So I see Kampala has a huge opportunity in the future. Kampala can extend And at that time, Uganda economic growth was about 7%. And then population growth about 3.5%, which means we have a lot of young power, means not only production power, but also they can be consumers. And then I see, as we see, follow Africa, and Uganda has a lot of opportunity. That's why I came here.
All right. So one of the other avenues you ventured into is solar. And solar is one growing sector here in Uganda. But how are you as Nile House contributing to the increase to access, one, to clean as well as affordable energy?
Actually, if you look at, we call it the dry season and then wet season. I say wet season is mom and then sun. Mom means March, April, May. Sun is September, October, November. We have like 3 months dry season, 3 months wet season. Again, dry season and wet season. However, 365 days we have sunshine, sunlights. So in Uganda is the best place, best country which we can utilize sunshine. If we don't use the sunshine, we feel that's disturbing us. We say, if I feel hot. But if you think different way, we can make it energy. So Uganda is the best place that we can utilize the clean solar energy. And our hotel, we are utilizing more than 50% energy from the solar. And then our marketing target is that most of prison services and police post and then hotel that we are providing solar LED light, and we are lightening Ugandan lights nighttime.
I've traveled over the various manufacturing fields we've been to is the push for quality and then consistently giving us quality. So how do you ensure quality and consistency across all the sectors you're in, from the furniture workshop all the way to the hotel services that you offer here?
Number one, we try to make it the manual. So we call it standard manual. So standard manual means not only specifications and other all the parameters, we make a manual. So once the new people comes, we train by manual. And then also we train them hands-on test. So each different sections, like let's say furniture workshop, we have wood A, wood B, sanding, and then both sections. The new, not only sales people, but also other people, they go to each different sections. So like, let's say 1 week, and 1 week, and then we send a site. And hotel, we have also different sections like a reception, housekeeping, and kitchen and restaurant. So also we send them to understand first the total operations so that they can sell better service to guests or better service to clients.
I believe operating in Uganda for the last 19 years could have been presented a lot of opportunities, but I'm certain you have also endured some challenges. For someone that is operating in at least 3 different sectors in this country, what challenges have you encountered throughout the various sectors, and how have you been able to address them?
Most challengeable things is that we have many quantities, but it's difficult to find out qualities. I brought many Korean people here to work with me. I tried and also I failed. So here we have young people. Yes, some people they have experienced. Many people need more training, qualifications. So that was many challenges that is difficult to find out. Qualifications, qualify the carpenters. But still, we are learning each other, and then we give them training to learn. And then as much as we improve them and we upgrade them, and we use as our team leaders, as our managers, as an Ugandan company. So we here, I make money in Uganda by using Ugandan manpower and also from Ugandan clients. So that's what we are doing here now.
So I want to find out from you finally, after 19 years of operation in Uganda, I'm sure at this point you've now fully become Ugandan. So what is the long-term vision? So what is the next 19 years looking like for Nile House?
Okay, my responsibility, I work for 19 years, and I think it's enough for me. So I'm planning to transferring my job to my people. So that's so they will carry on the current business continuously, and business without innovations or without evolutions, it will be collapsed. So we cannot make it a survival of the fittest. So that's what I'm training them continuously. Myself, I would like to do some project with our, we call it donors group, and then with NBS and then other groups. So we call it Kwagala House. So which means I am easy that I can now return to community. So let's say corporate social responsibility. So we call Kwagala. So that Kwagala House, I want to start as my next career.
Oh, wow. Well done. From the founder to the manager, he answers the challenges of the changing tastes and preferences of the client.
Nile House is a furniture company. So basically what we deal in is we provide furniture for homes, office spaces, apartments. Basically what we do is that you give us a product or you give us a project as you're constructing, and we handle the design, the production, right to installation. So we handle all the hard work, and either the client or the developer only focuses on occupying or finding people to occupy the house.
Okay. We're very much aware that most of the work that you do requires raw materials. Where do you source your largest sum of raw materials?
The largest sum of raw materials is actually sourced locally, but there are few products that we can't make in Uganda. So let's say like timber, mahogany, because that is our largest percentage for all the materials we use. So that one, we get it from Congo, most of it. Then we have others like pine, which we are sourcing locally. Then for some high-end products, let's say wardrobe hinges, locks, and membrane, as you can see in this kitchen, those ones we are importing them from China.
Okay. So I'm happy that you've pointed out some of the markets in which you operate, one of them being the DR Congo. You are very much aware that Ebola has become a crisis. Has the resurgence of Ebola affected how it is that you source your raw materials from the DR Congo?
Actually, at the point we haven't been affected. The beauty with our company is that we are sourcing material continuously. So if you look at most companies, what they do, when they get an order, they buy the material. The difference with Nile House, we always have the material. So let's say if you go to our workshop, if you've seen it, you will see that we have about 10,000 pieces of timber. So even with the shortcomings of Ebola, we are still well stocked with the material. So we haven't had any issues right now.
Okay. As someone that's been operating in this market, I'm sure as the manager, you are cognizant of the fact that customer preferences are constantly evolving. Are you as an organization as well evolving to the needs of your clients, and what are some of the things that your clients wanted then that they don't want now, or what is it that they want now that they had no information to or wanted then?
If you look at how the market is evolving, a few years back with few people were on the internet, so people were mostly focused on the local design, what you could see in your friend's house. So you move to your friend's, you see something and that's what you want. But right now with the invention of TikTok, then you have Pinterest, for example, clients come with designs that actually have not been produced in Uganda, and that's what they want, and you have to make it. So Nile House, we have tried to invest in machinery And like we have a CNC machine that can produce these complicated designs. So we are trying to catch up. We are investing in our labor force. We have the experience in the years, and also these kinds of market dynamics, they really help us grow as a company. Because you see, for example, if a client brings a complicated design, yes, fine, it's challenging, but it helps us as a company to grow. Once you make it, have that skills, and then you can sell it to other people. So it's a good thing in the end, because these changes are good for us, because once we start making this complicated design, we are now competing on an international level, and I think that is always a good thing.
What is your production capacity like?
Like right now, I can say in a day, let's say like for doors, I will give you just for example doors, we can produce 100 pieces a day. Okay, the opportunities in the industry is that Uganda is constantly having, like if you look at the housing sector is growing, construction is growing, and people are adopting the well-made furniture. Because if you look back, people used to go to a friend, carpenter, so you're looking for these normal carpentry workshops. So right now, with the construction industry growing and people are looking for high-end furniture products, it's a good thing for us because you end up having a wide market, and it constantly gives you consistent business, which is good for the company.
Technology is one of the things that is being looked at or viewed as a double-edged sword. With the introduction of artificial intelligence, there is understanding of the market. As we've seen, companies that anticipate challenges, secure supply chains, and remain responsive to consumer needs are better positioned to thrive even in uncertain times. For manufacturers and retailers alike, the lesson is clear. The future belongs to businesses that plan ahead, innovate continuously, and turn challenges into opportunities. That's it for this edition of Made in Uganda. Thank you so much for watching. I am Isabella Tugumi. Let's catch up next week. Same time, same place. Let's keep the conversation going across all socials. We're using the hashtag NBS Made in Uganda. Take care. God bless. Let's catch up next week. Same time, same place.
What if the future of dairy farming isn't just about producing milk, but producing better yielding cows? On today's NBS Agribusiness, we travel to Kasiria Breeders in Mityana district to explore the science and business behind dairy breeding. From artificial insemination to embryo transfer, we discover how one farm is helping shape the next generation of high-yielding dairy cattle in Uganda. Welcome to NBS Agribusiness. My name is Alex. For many dairy farmers, success starts with the cow. But at Kasiria Breeders Farm, the focus is not only on milk production, it's on genetics. Every breeding decision is carefully made to improve productivity, fertility, and profitability for farmers across the country.
Kasiria Breeders Mityana is a breeding farm for high-yielding dairy animals, cows that will give you up to 36 liters of milk on a daily basis.
Unlike many dairy farms that focus mainly on milk production, Kasiria Breeders chose a different path. A path that focuses on producing quality animals capable of transforming dairy farming across Uganda.
At first started as a normal dairy farm, and our interest went so much into getting high-yielding animals. So we realized that in order to get high-yielding animals and to ensure constant milk production, we had to go into breeding. And that's why we had to do research and look for the high-yielding breeding cows to ensure that we maintain milk production throughout the year. Because before, we used to have fluctuation in milk production. like this month we could get a lot of milk, next month we fail. So we realized that the breeding had challenges. The cows we had were not producing enough milk because there were many and we are spending a lot. So right now we have a few cows and we are getting high quantities of milk. So the cost of production has come down and in the end we are making profit in farming.
And that journey starts with selecting right genetics. At Kasidia Breeders, several high-performing dairy breeds are carefully bred and managed to meet the growing demand for productive cattle.
The high-yielding cows, of course, we have what we call the American Holstein. American Holstein is the one which is black and white, and they are the most in number. These cows can give you up to 40 liters of milk a day, depending on how you feed them and also depending on how you look after them. Then we also have the Ayrshire breed. Ayrshire breed originates mainly from Scotland and also UK, and is a breed that will give you high in terms of milk production, but at the same time the fat content is high, which makes it palatable. So we have people who have what we call lactose intolerance. They can have the Ayrshire milk. Then we also have the Jersey. Now, why we go through the Jersey cow? The Jersey cow won't give you a lot of milk. In maximum, the Jersey cow will give you maybe up to 18 to 20 liters. But the advantages of the Jersey is the quality of milk is high, and also milk can be consumed by everybody, whether young, youth, or the old people, which is unlike with other breeds. Then we also have what we call the Guidlando. The Guidlando is a new breed of cows that will give you high quantities of milk. At the same time, it is disease resistant. But this year we have changed our focus mainly to looking or breeding for an effective cow. When we talk about an effective cow, what do we consider? Basically, when we talk about an effective cow, we are talking about a cow that won't eat a lot, it will eat little, but at the same time it will give us a lot of milk, and that's an effective cow.
High-yielding dairy breeds at Kasidia Breeders include Holstein Friesian, whose origin is Netherlands, one of the world's highest milk-producing dairy breeds, popular for commercial milk production, known for its distinctive black and white markings. Jersey, whose origin is the Jersey Island in the United Kingdom, produces milk rich in butterfat and protein, efficient for converting less feed into more milk, well suited for both small and large-scale dairy farmers. The Ghar cattle, whose origin is India, known for strong genetics and good milk production, highly resistant to heat and harsh weather conditions, widely used in dairy breeding programs around the world. Crossbreeds, which are engineered for high productivity and local adaptability. Every successful dairy cow starts as a healthy heifer. However, when it comes to breeding, timing is everything. Breed a heifer too early and her lifelong production suffers. Breed her too late and the farmer loses valuable time and money.
The ideal age for breeding could be when at least a cow has reached, at least has attained, one that has reached first of all around 14 to 15 months old. And also it must have attained at least a weight of between 300 to 350 kgs, 50 kilograms. Because the expectation is by the time the cow gives birth, it would have attained a weight of between 350 to 400. You know, most farmers normally make a mistake of making cows in calf when they are still young. And those cows normally have issues in calving down. We wouldn't want to have such an ugly situation of a cow having issues in calving down. Then also, when you breed at the right age, you are very sure that the cow will give you milk production. You've seen scenarios whereby farmers have heifers that giving you low quantities of milk, then at the second lactation, they give you high quantities of milk. What does that mean? That at the time of making it pregnant or making it in calf, it was not yet ready. Now at that second lactation, it has matured enough to give you high quantities of milk. I know most of these Friesian cows come on heat, first of all, at around when they're 13 months old, but could be advisable for you to make it in calf. it is advisable to inseminate it when it has reached at least 15 to 16 months old.
Coming up after the break, we'll look at modern breeding technologies changing dairy farming in Uganda from artificial insemination to embryo transfer. This is NBS.
Can I have a light, please? What is this?
Castor Light, the best testing light.
Try it.
Try it, try it, try it. Da, 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 da.
Guys, look at this post.
Nothing hits like extra cold. Castle Light. Try it.
Every life begins in a moment like this. Certain, planned, full of promise. For us, it's a bold ambition to make lives better. Because somewhere, someone is stepping into a world of work for the first time with the confidence that their retirement is taken care of. We make dreams possible. From owning homes to scaling businesses. And when health takes an unexpected turn, help is there when it's needed most. And because legacies matter, what people build does not end with them. It's passed on. We value moments with go-getters, bold dreamers and believers. Different paths, different rhythms, with one shared belief that financial freedom is within reach. For 40 years, we've made lives better and fueled Uganda's economy. Through careful investment, we have supported businesses, created jobs, and backed our nation. To us, it's more than saving. It's believing in effort, in patience, in possibility. It's making lives better. We believe in you, in us, and in Uganda.
NSSF, 40 years of making lives better.
In the heart of Kampala, there is a place where every moment feels intentional. Welcome to the Amin Pasha Hotel and Spa, a century of quiet elegance, timeless charm, and warm hospitality. From serene gardens to refined dining and peaceful stays, every experience is designed to help you slow down, reconnect, and unwind. Whether for business, a weekend escape, or a well-deserved pause, discover a different side of the city at the Amin Pasha Hotel and Spa.
Flavor Mukachupa. Test our refreshing, juicy flavors in our 250 ml and 400 ml packs. Splash Kachupa. Flavor Mukachupa.
Hey travelers, are you a family gearing up for that big vacation, a hustler working abroad coming home, or your squad chasing sunsets and passport stamps? It's time you lock in. Say goodbye to long airport queues, shocking roaming bills, and the stress of hunting for local SIM cards, because now you can travel like a local. Stay connected in over 180 countries. Just scan, tap, and boom! Instant data the moment you reach your destination. Get your Rogue Travel eSIM today at travel.roguetelcom.co.ug. Contact us on 020-500-123.
Welcome back from the break. You are still watching NBS Agribusiness with me, Alex Mugasha. Dairy breeding has evolved far beyond simply keeping a bull on the farm. Today, technology is helping farmers access good genetics without the expense of owning and maintaining many breeding bulls.
You are sure of getting the right breed, and also you are sure of following what we call the breeding line. If you want to have pedigree animals at your farm, you have to go the artificial insemination way, because you are sure of what you are getting. Then also, you have information about the semen you are getting, about the bull of the semen of the bull. Quite often, before you do insemination, when you contact a semen company, you're going to get what we call a bull catalog. Now, a bull catalog has all the information. Now, before you inseminate your animal, first of all, see what is on your animal and you'll have to correct. For example, what is my goal? If I need to get a cow that gives me good quality milk, I need an Aisha or a Jersey. First of all, I'll go for the semen that is good at that. The bull catalog will indicate me that the semen for this cow was rich in protein, was rich in fat, so I'm able to ensure to know what I'm going to use to inseminate my cow. Rather than the bull, it is local to have information about the bull.
But breeding technology doesn't stop there. One of the most advanced methods now finding its way into Ugandan dairy farming is embryo transfer.
Embryo transfer is one way of transplanting the embryo into the uterus or the womb of the cow, and the cow will just become a carrier. Remember, this cow will have no attachment to that calf. This embryo has been brought when it has been formed. Quite often it has been formed when it is 1 month old and is being freezed in a flask and will just be transported into or transferred into the cow. Quite often, when we want to get what we call high yielding or hybrid cows, we normally do what we call the embryo transfer. Embryo transfer will also help us to know the sex of the cow we are going to have, whether we have the sexed calf, and also the type and the gene of the cow we are going to calve in future. Of course, the embryo transfer is a new technique. First of all, it still has challenges, that the success rate are very low. So farmers should know that with the embryo transfer, the success of it will be around 35 to 40%, not like the insemination. And so that means that, and also the cow has to have a high fertility rate, definitely, and also it must not have issues with pregnancy for it to do embryo transfer. Embryo transfer, the cow is like a carrier. It has no attachment to the calf that is going to be born in the future.
Embryo transfer is where embryos are collected from elite cows, transferred into surrogate mothers, produces more offsprings from high-performing animals. It accelerates genetic improvement. As we moved from the farm, one animal stood out immediately. Its large body, long ears, made it hard to ignore.
That is the milking gear. A milking gear originates from India and Brazil. A milking gear is a cow that has the capacity to give you up to 60 liters of milk a day. Actually, it is one of the highest milk-producing cows. But the issue of milk production is not the point. The more important about it is disease resistance. It's a cow that it is totally resistant to diseases. It doesn't fall sick. And also the advantages with it is the longevity. This is a cow that will be in your herd for a minimum of 30 years when you're still having. Not only that, it also has other advantages like that tighter skin and harder skin, which makes it difficult for the parasites to penetrate it. Not only that, why we love closing it with the hoisin is that the milking gear one, the fertility rates are always very high. You know, in farming, orderly farming, the most interesting part of the farmer is to ensure that his cows are becoming pregnant. And one of the issues that will make his cows pregnant, he will be able to make money. Because when cows become pregnant, within 45 days after delivery or after calving down, that's the dream of every farmer. Meaning that we'll be able to make money year through. Remember, we get money through sale of cows, through having milk, and when cows calve down at the right time, that milk production will be maintained throughout the year. So the milking year comes up with such interesting solutions that will motivate the farmer to be able to continue into dairy farming. Then also the size of the cow matters, the body mass index of the cow matters. This is a cow that is huge in size, so quite often it is important for us to have it at the farm.
For farmers, animals like these are more than livestock. They are investments in the future of milk production. Whether through artificial insemination or embryo transfer, the goal remains the same: producing healthier, stronger, and more productive cattle. However, breeding success is never guaranteed, and managing reproductive challenges is part of the process.
There are a lot of common reproductive challenges. Some cows fail to cycle, that's failing to go on heat. Others can go on heat, but they fail to become pregnant or in calf, and they are inseminated. That means the farmer is going to lose a lot of money paying for the semen, and the cow never came in calf. Then also some cows have what we call infections in the uterus. And when it has infections in the uterus or around the pelvic area, it will have challenges going on heat. Then also, some have issues with the uterus. Maybe they have the yeast infection inside the uterus. This will affect the cow, thinking that it's already pregnant, whom it is not pregnant. That's why we shall say cow not cycling. When you talk about cycling, we're talking about the cow going on heat. It will fail to go on heat. Some situations are solvable, others you cannot solve. For example, if you talk about the infection, a cow, before you inseminate a cow, first check whether the cow is health-wise okay. You treat the cow. Then also, after treating the cow, when the cow is fine, then you can go ahead and inseminate. It's important for you to first do proper diagnosis before you inseminate a cow. Then also, you should check also on the nutrition. Some cows fail to go on heat because of pure nutrition factors. Ensure you have what we call a balanced diet. When you talk about nutrition, ensure your cows get what we call the right energy levels, the right protein levels, and also the right mineral balances. When it has that, the cow will be okay. Then the other solution that I could give you, you sell the cow, let them slaughter the cow for meat. You call it, otherwise, you're going to continue spending on the cow, and yet it's not adding value to your farm.
Still ahead, we'll look at milk production and genetics, the role of strict hygiene, and the advice every upcoming breeder needs.
Did you know? Brought to you by
Fake spare parts can be deceiving. They seem cheaper, they seem good enough, they get you moving for now. But what you don't see is the hidden cost: damage to your car, endless repairs, wasted time off the road, and potential risk to lives. In the long run, fake parts cost you more. Choose genuine parts from any CFA or mobility location countrywide.
Did you know? Brought to you by
MTN voice bundle. Ay. Load. Hey. Hello, Mama. Hey, it is me, your son, Opio. Hey, now, Mama, listen to me. MTN has the offer. Yes, it has the offer. You load from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Now, they have free MTN to MTN minutes. And those minutes are there all day. So you load, you'll thank me later. Hey, Mama.
Load an MTN voice bundle between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. and get 3 free MTN to MTN minutes valid all day. Dial *100 *21# and get your free minutes bully daily. Free or fire with free minutes from MTN. Together, our connection is unstoppable. MTN.
In the heart of comfort and class, where every arrival feels like a welcome home. Experience spaces designed for rest, where elegance meets relaxation in every detail. Stay energized, stay inspired with wellness tailored to your lifestyle. For business that matters, Find spaces built for productivity, connection, and success. Indulge in flavors that bring people together, from casual moments to refined dining. Celebrate life's milestone in spaces designed to make every moment unforgettable. Sorova Putiko Hotel, where business meets comfort and every stay becomes an experience.
Welcome back from the break. You are still watching NBS Agribusiness with me, Alex Mugasha. While good genetics lay the foundation, they are only the beginning. A cow's ability to produce milk depends on several factors beyond breeding, how well it is managed day to day.
The factors that influence milk yield in dairy farms: one, genetics. Is it a pedigree animal? Look at the forefathers, the grandfather, were they milk producing cows? If you make your genetic selection right, then we go to feeding. Feeding is also another factor that influences. Are you doing the right feeding? Do ensure that the cow gets the right energy balances, the right proteins, and also the right minerals. If that is done in time, do they feed in time? Thirdly, remember, 87% of milk is constituted by water. Are the cows taking a lot of water? You see here we have what we call automatic drinkers. With automatic drinkers, they will take water. They also come here. The water trough is full of water. So we have water. Then also, just not having water, but it has also to be clean water. Water that you can be able to drink. When you give the cows clean water, your milk production will increase at least by 5%. And of course, comfort can also affect milk production.
Some of the key factors affecting milk production include genetics, nutrition, water availability, animal health, housing and comfort, and proper management. At Cassidia Breeders, hygiene is a non-negotiable part of production, from the cleanliness of the milking area to the handling of milk after collection. Every step matters. Proper hygiene reduces contamination, improves milk quality, and protects consumer health. And by hygiene and cleanliness, we mean starting from the milking process, cleaning equipment, washing udders before milking, disinfecting milking areas, proper milk handling and storage, and animal handling. For many aspiring breeders, one challenge remains common: capital. Not everyone can afford premium high-value breeds such as the milking goat.
We can start small. You don't need to start as big the way Cassidia Breeders is. Cassidia Breeders also had a starting point. You can start with one calf, one in-calf heifer. If not, you can start with a young heifer that within your capacity. Check yourself and get a cow that is within your capacity. If you get a cow that is within your capacity, you can start. Not only that, but you can also, of course, if you want to get a milking gear, you can get it through artificial insemination. This semen is readily available. You can visit the best semen institutions. They'll be able to give you the semen and also give you the right inseminators who can do well. So one or the other, we can start depending on your budget.
The expert says success doesn't always start with expensive animals. It starts with proper planning, good management, and gradual improvement of genetics.
One of the common mistakes is overstocking. Someone stocking quite a huge number of animals without feeds. I have to tell you that 80% of the cost in dairy farming is through feeds. So first stock the feeds. You have enough feeds. The cows should find the feeds. What other farmers do, the feeds start find the cows in the crowd. That's a very common mistake. Then the other mistake normally do, we have lost a lot of animals through diseases, but that mistake is done by failing to vaccinate your animals in time. When you do vaccination or proper vaccination and timely vaccination, your cows won't become sick, and that means you will maintain constant milk production all year through. Then also, poor planning and poor management. We have had issues where people fail to manage their farms and they have lost a lot of funds through theft because of failure to manage their farms, through theft, through proper diagnosis of disease, late identification of disease. All those mistakes have been done by farmers. Failure to do proper housing, whereby they suspect the cows to diseases. failure to do, prevention is better than cure. Spraying, all those mistakes are done by the farmers.
From poor record keeping and inadequate feeding to rushing breeding decisions before a heifer is ready, many mistakes can be avoided through knowledge and patience. And that's exactly what dairy breeding is about. It's not just about increasing the number of cattle on your farm, but getting the highest possible quality from every single animal. This has been NBS Agribusiness, bringing you knowledge that transforms farms into fortunes. Today, from Kasiria Breeders Farm, we have learned that successful dairy breeding combines science, management, and patience. From artificial insemination and embryo transfer to proper hygiene and animal care, the future of dairy farming may lie more in investing in better genetics. Thank you for watching NBS Agribusiness. My name is Alex Mugasha. Until next time, cheers.
NBS. Always.
Up next. Brought to you by Chakala is back with double energy. Grab a rock boom or silverback energy. Check under the cap. What you see is what you win. Rock boom, energy for winners.
NBS Live at 9.
Well, later on in the bulletin, we'll be talking big entities coming together to do big things. But the big story of the evening is the denial of bail. And that is Lord Mayor, lead counsel, one of the lead counsels to Dr. Kizza Besigye, retired. He's been denied bail. And therefore, that story does make it big today. As far as NBS Live at 9 is concerned, that's not the only big story. We're also talking bees, and that is in billions. So we are looking at big money there, as you definitely can see, and from big money to small money. Let's talk some very, very big money there. And that's the large movement, as you definitely can see. We're coming from 24, which is red, to green, which is not as big as 24. Let's get into the headlines then. Arias Lukwago remains in Luzira after Chief Magistrate denied him bail.
The decision was not judicious.
Besigye's legal representation dilemma. Lukwago battling similar charges and Martha Karua not allowed into the country.
The case may stall and the court may not be able to proceed.
Opposition protests the deportation of Kenya's Martha Karua. It is against the spirit of East African cooperation.
And it's a contradiction for a government that publicly champions the East African community.
Excitement at Parliament as Speaker slashes own budget. Will this improve Parliament's performance?
To me, it is okay. It's somebody I trust a lot, and I want to believe that he's going to keep his word.
Kalangala by-election update. 17 ballot boxes found with serial numbers that do not match the official parking lists. And the good news is,
create greater value both for our audiences and our advertisers to increase nationwide reach.
Next Media and Capital Radio Group in a partnership that will enhance value for audiences and advertisers.
So this is just a natural evolution of what we've started.
This is NBS Live at 9 with Victoria Sibia, Samson Kasumba, and Kanari Mugume.
You're definitely welcome to NBS Live at 9, and we'll begin with the courts of law. Now, in a highly anticipated electronic ruling delivered this afternoon, Chief Magistrate Sarah Ann Basemera has denied bail to the former Lord Mayor, Erias Lukwago, and he is the current chairperson of the People's Front for Freedom. Erias Lukwago faces charges of misprision of treason, and he will remain on remand at Markshan Bay Prison. And Shamim Nabakoza is the one reporting.
In her ruling, Magistrate Sarah Basemera cited the gravity of the offence, which carries a maximum penalty of life imprisonment, stating that it creates an inherent incentive for the accused person to evade trial. The court noted that the state investigations are actively extending across international borders into Kenya. The magistrate ruled that Lukwago's massive public influence presents an objective risk to the integrity of those ongoing inquiries if he is released on bail. Lukwago's legal team had strongly petitioned for bail, relying heavily on his deteriorating health condition, especially highlighting the dislocated spine discs. While the court verified and acknowledged that Lukwago suffers from genuine, documented chronic medical conditions, including complications from a recent cervical spine surgery, it ruled that these ailments can be properly managed through specialized referrals while he remains in custody. The magistrate maintained that the risks to national security and the integrity of the cross-border investigations heavily outweigh the merits for bail. Magistrate Basemera issued strict directives ordering prison authorities to transfer the accused person to Mulago National Referral Hospital within 24 hours for comprehensive medical assessment. The medical team at Mulago has also been ordered to submit a written diagnostic report directly to the court, and prison officials must ensure that the accused person, Lukwago, receives all prescribed medications. As a concession, the court ordered that Lukwago's wife and one chosen advocate be granted reasonable access to him at all times throughout his hospitalization and custody. Lukwago is slated to return to court on 30th June for mention.
For a bit, we'll remain with that story because it is the legal defense team for Erias Lukwago that has slammed the magistrate's decision to deny him bail, calling the ruling uncompassionate, and it did warn that the prison system is ill-equipped to handle the deteriorating medical condition. Lukwago stands charged with misprision of treason, and he was sent back on remand, prompting his lawyer Samuel Muyizi Mulindwa to declare that the team will seek immediate recourse in higher courts, arguing that the justice system cannot legally or inhumanely try an unfit suspect.
It is our opinion that the decision was not judicious in this sense. It was not compassionate and careful in denying the Honorable Lukwago permission to attend to his trial, at the same time manage to be in a condition that can manage his health condition. It's not just about medical doctors or expertise, but the lifestyle of the patient that he is cannot be handled by prisons. We are going to follow the directions of court in ensuring that we see whether we can have a chance to ensure that he gets some treatment here that he deserves. Failure of which we shall have no option but to go back before the same court or higher courts to seek further recourse or remedy to ensure, because even the courts want to try healthy people. There is no room for sick people in courts. Sick people deserve to be under sufficient and appropriate medical attention.
We will still stay on matters court, and it is incarcerated retired Colonel Dr. Kiza Kifefe. Besige's legal team that faces uncertainty following the arrest of lawyer Erias Lukwago and the refusal by Ugandan immigration authorities to allow Kenyan lawyer Martha Karua back into the country. Now, members of his defense team say Karua's inability to re-enter Uganda has complicated efforts to determine how to proceed with the case, especially so after Lukwago's arrest.
Dr. Besigye and his co-accused Obeid Lutale are expected back in court on June 30th to continue proceedings in a case in which they are accused of treachery and related offenses. However, preparations for the hearing have become more complicated after Lukwago, one of Besigye's lawyers, was arrested and remanded over charges linked to the same case. Lukwago had been working under Martha Karua, who Besigye personally appointed to lead the defense team. Karua was recently denied entry into Uganda, a development that has cast a loophole in the defense team.
We do not think that it is such a situation where we can easily proceed normally because that team is not properly constituted.
Although Dr. Besigye has several lawyers representing him, Lukwago and Karua have played a central role in the case. Other members of the legal team acknowledge that their absence has created a significant gap.
So we find ourselves in a dilemma where we may find ourselves leaderless.
The lawyers say discussions are already underway on how to handle the matter should June 30th arrive, with Lukwago still on remand and Karua still unable to enter Uganda.
So we may have to go back on the drawing board and determine how to constitute our team.
They insist, however, that the final decision on who represents Besigye rests with Besigye himself, who they are yet to consult on how to move forward.
It is possible that we can proceed it somewhere, but that depends on the decision of the retired Colonel Dr. Kiza Besigye, because it determines how his team proceeds. It is his right as a matter of law to determine how he is represented.
Article 28, Clause 3 of the Constitution guarantees every person the right to choose a lawyer of their choice in any criminal proceedings. This, legal experts say, could compel court to grant Lukwago bail to enable him represent Besigye in order to avoid violating his constitutional rights.
Dr. Kiza Besigye has a constitutional right to choose his own lawyers.
It's only a fair hearing if a person can have access to the lawyer he or she requires.
The violation of this, lawyers say, risks stalling the case.
The case may stall and the court may not be able to proceed with the trial of the case if the most trusted lawyers of Dr. Kiza Besigye are not allowed to be part of the legal team.
Dr. Besigye was arrested in 2024 and charged with offenses relating to treachery. However, the case is yet to proceed to full hearing.
Let's stay on this story, but I have a very different take on it. Leaders of various opposition political parties, including UPC's Jimmy Akena, Democratic Front Secretary General Derek Namakajo, PPP Chairperson Saddam Gaira, and the acting PFF Chairperson Urume Baiga, have criticized the government for blocking Kenyan lawyer Martha Karua from entering into Uganda to serve as legal counsel for Erias Lukwago, for Kiza Besigye. They argue that the move was wrong and undermines Uganda's relationship with other East African countries, especially at a time when regional leaders are promoting cooperation and trade among member states in the East African region.
Instead of being allowed to execute her professional mandate, Counsel Karua was declared persona non grata. State agencies seized her phones and forcibly removed her from the country. This action is extremely shameful and it's a contradiction for a government that publicly champions the East African community while simultaneously closing its borders to a senior legal practitioner from a sister state. It is also a direct attempt to collapse and intimidate the legal defense team representing Dr. Besigye.
We are making news for the wrong reason. We talk about integration, but we're trying to disintegrate even our own country. We're disintegrating our own politics. This is not the Uganda we aspire for. And those in authority need to act. Uganda should not be a laughingstock of all the nations. Our politics should not be a laughingstock.
What is going on today is not about denying Dr. Kizza Besigye or Lukwago Elias a bail. What is going on today is to silence all the voices that should have come out to speak.
Let's get a take from a legal mind. So I'm joined by legal mind Samuel Ronald. I wonder to put more meat on these bones, if you may. Counsel, thank you so much for joining us. There is a dilemma here, if you may. Two lead counsels for retired Colonel Dr. Kizza Besigye. One wasn't allowed to come in. Lukwago's situation, we all know. How do they proceed in this matter then?
Thank you so much, Samson, and to all our viewers. It's quite complicated as we speak today, because as we all know, Martha has been the lead lawyer for the team, and also Lukwago is one of the senior lawyers on that team. Now, when you incarcerate Lukwago and then deny Martha Karua entry, because we do not know when the declaration of non-persona grantor will be taken away from her, we do not know what will happen next. To the best of my knowledge, and at least to our client's knowledge, he has always insisted that all his lawyers must be present in a manner that he deserves. And he has at one point said no lawyer should not appear in court because of any other reason except if they are genuine reasons. Now, Article 28 provides for a right to a fair hearing, and among that right is a right to choose your legal representation. Now, if your lawyers are harassed, if your lawyers are detained, then it becomes hard to enjoy that right to a fair hearing. And therefore, this has created a very big dilemma. However, we are yet to get in touch with our client on a way forward. But I'm sure he will give us a way forward on how to proceed with this particular matter.
Ultimately, this is going to be his decision, how you proceed. In the event, let me argue hypothetically, I hope I'm not on a fishing expedition, in the event that he refuses to go ahead with the two lawyers absent, and in the event that none of the two is available and he refuses, how does the case proceed?
You see, the state has always told us that they're ready to proceed with the case, but now we are looking at a situation where they're actually now the ones going to stall this particular case. Because once he insists for his lawyers to be present in this matter, then it means the state cannot fully prosecute its case, and therefore the case will have a stall. I know the law provides that you can get lawyers on state brief where you cannot afford one. And the key issue there is where you cannot afford a lawyer of your choice. But where you can afford a lawyer of your choice, then the state cannot insist to give you lawyers of their choice. Okay. And therefore, if he insists to have Martha Karua on this matter, and for the record, she has a practicing certificate to practice on this matter. It's a special certificate given to lawyers who are not originally from Uganda, and therefore, unless that certificate is revoked under the law, she still has to come and practice. And stopping her at the airport or stopping her from any of the borders to access the country to represent her client, again, it's a direct affront on the right to representation and the right to movement.
Lawyers tend to put on the show of strength, but I'm very sure they're human beings with emotions. How does all this affect the team emotionally? Does it make them stronger, or has it also left them down, but not out, if you may?
All circumstances and challenges make us stronger. You will recall at the beginning of last year, one of our colleagues was arrested and convicted and sentenced to about 9 months. But that did not break us. And actually, that's when actually we were stronger together and ensure that he finally comes out of custody and is back onto the team. So this may be a challenging time, but it doesn't break us. It makes us more stronger to ensure that all lawyers on the team are actually safe. Because the moment one is not safe, then it means all of you may not be safe in the long run. So we are still strong. We will fight to ensure that Elias Lukwago is out, and also to ensure that the rights of Martha Karua, who is an East African citizen, are respected, and then she can practice law for as long as her practice certificate in Uganda is still valid.
Okay. Councillor, I've interviewed you a few times. Today maybe you're just tired, but this is not the strongest I have seen you the times I've interviewed you. But nonetheless, thank you very much for speaking to us, Council, on the show for the evening. Now, after days of deliberations, government ministers have pledged to intensify the fight against corruption, strengthen accountability, and refocus efforts on poverty eradication. Ministers and permanent secretaries who attended the retreat do say that the engagement was to enable them to improve coordination across government institutions and enhance the delivery of government services. After all, it's no sleep. That timeline.
Ministers and permanent secretaries from various government ministries concluded the 10-day cabinet retreat, which was officially closed by the Vice President, retired Major Jessica Alupo. Participants say the discussions focused on a number of priority areas, chief among them the fight against corruption within government institutions. State Minister for Public Service Lydia Wanyoto Mutende says tackling corruption remains one of the key commitments reached during the retreat.
And many of us have joined government with clean hands and would like to leave government with a big contribution of making the price of corruption very costly.
The ministers say poverty alleviation also featured prominently on the agenda, with leaders committing to increase public awareness of existing government programs and strengthen follow-up to ensure they benefit intended communities.
We're actually looking at how we can deliver services efficiently, effectively, and tolerating no corruption along the value chain in the system of government.
The strategic directives of government are, first of all, to help all the Ugandans to participate in the money economy.
The State Minister for Animal Industry, Bright Ramirama, says the retreat is expected to enhance coordination between ministries and government agencies, a move he says will ultimately improve service delivery.
So the PSs, they are accounting officers. The ministers are heads of the ministries and the policy direction heads. So agreeing to work together is most important, and I think we have achieved it.
As part of the retreat, ministers toured a number of strategic government projects in Hoima, including oil infrastructure facilities, Hoima City Stadium and Kabalega International Airport. The State Minister for Sports, Peter Ogwang, says government leaders will place greater emphasis on monitoring projects and safeguarding public resources from wastage.
Remember the delay on investment of most of our projects. This is an area where we must be candid and open about it. And then, of course, the follow-up on our commitments. Go and have meetings with our respective communities, go and meet with and check on projects of government across, first of all, to begin with, where we come from.
Ogwang adds that the interaction between ministers and permanent secretaries during the retreat is expected to strengthen collaboration and improve the efficiency of government operations.
Now a matter of each person working together. The other one is entirely we must build synergies. Working in silos is no longer going to be tolerated in this time of office.
Attention now turns to whether the commitments made on service delivery, anti-corruption efforts and poverty reduction will translate into tangible results.
Feedback brought to you by.
In business, you need advice, solutions, and sector expertise when it matters.
Your new office space looks great. What's next?
We get it. Absa Business Banking.
We do like our feedback here, so that's about the time when we get into it. Let's remind ourselves what the question was, and then we'll get to the feedback. Ministers who have returned from Chankwanzi retreat have spoken out on their next plan of action. What do you want the ministers to do in their first 100 days? Hashtag NBS Alive at 9. So let's look at some of the comments out there. Cosmo says, in the first 100 days, the ministers should enforce strict anti-corruption controls, accelerate wealth creation models, inclusive of PDM, overhaul service delivery and project execution, and improve institutional collaboration and transparency in realization of Chisanja No Sleep. I like collaboration and transparency there. Who else is there? In their first 100 days, ministers should prioritize reducing corruption, ensuring transparent and accountable appropriation of public funds, strengthening service delivery, accelerating job creation, and implementing policies that directly improve livelihoods and economic growth. Anti-corruption. Every Ugandan seems to be tired of that. And, well, finally...
More to come.
I mean, like minds get together, and therefore, Capital Radio and Next Media, two biggies have met to create a bigger biggie, if that makes sense. That story is coming out. You're going to be served very, very well with this new partnership that is coming. And I was involved.
How do you make a party? You take time to prepare, to bring all the pieces together, to craft it right. The result, great refreshment. And that makes it time well spent. Club, brewed longer for longer refreshment.
In 30 seconds, I'll tell you why you have until the 30th of June 2026. First, the 30th of June is your deadline to file your tax returns for the financial year ending 2025-2026. Don't wait. Late filing means errors, and errors mean penalties. Second, if you have an outstanding tax, pay your principal by the 30th of June 2026, and URA will give you a 100% tax waiver. No interest, no penalties, gone. File and pay now at www.ura.go.ug.
Developing Uganda together.
The problem is the foundation.
You know the kind of cement I'm using in this foundation? I guarantee you even my grandchildren will come and find this house.
You buy your buy today and get the job done. Strong, reliable, available at hardware shops countrywide.
Weekend yetu sina yeto inagafumba. You got Glovo. Oinacheweta gamukatale tofayo. You got Glovo. If you're having a celebration, you got Glovo. You can order what you want, you can get what you need. You got Glovo. You got it all. You got Glovo.
Download the app, order with Glovo, track it minute by minute until you receive it in minutes.
In a fast-moving world, why are we still stuck with paperwork? Signing here, stamping there, moving from office to office. It's exhausting. Now, there's a better way. With UG Pass, you can securely prove your identity, sign documents, and access government services anytime, anywhere. No delays, no stress. Everything is instant, safe, secure, and government-backed. UG Pass, your identity secured. Available in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. UG Pass is a product of Nita Uganda.
There is a new era of elegance, and it begins at your event. At Peno Events, we have upgraded with fresh, modern, stylish event pieces designed to transform any space into a masterpiece. From luxury tents to elegant furniture to premium mobile washrooms, hand wash stations, lounge sets, parasols, wooden chairs, modern chair set, banquet setup. Peno Events. Safe, reliable, stylish. Book now.
They share an office. Some work in the day, some at night. What they have in common: focus, dedication, That's what makes them champions. They also share something else, the reward of being one. The official beer of the FIFA World Cup 2026. Not for persons under the age of 18. Drink responsibly.
Fellow Ugandans, your parish development model SACCO belongs to you. Across the country, new elections for PDM SACCO boards are taking place to ensure transparency, accountability, and proper management of community funds. Did you know every eligible member of the parish above 18 years of age has the right to participate in choosing trustworthy leaders for their SACCO? The old boards are being replaced to strengthen governance, protect public resources, and improve service delivery to beneficiaries. After the elections, SACCOs will conduct statutory audits, hold annual general meetings, and account to members on how PDM funds are being utilized. This is your opportunity to shape the future of your community. Please go and register with your SACCO. Do not stay behind. Participate in the elections. Demand accountability. Support transparency. Together, we can build stronger PDM SACCOs and transform households into the money economy. For more information, contact your parish chief, district commercial officer, or local government leaders. This message is brought to you by the Government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government and the PDM Secretariat.
MTN voice bundle. Ay. Load. Hey. Hello, Mama. Hey, it is me, your son, Opio. Hey, now, Mama, listen to me. MTN has the offer. Yes, it has the offer. You load from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Now, they have free MTN to MTN minutes. And those minutes are there all day. So you load, you'll thank me later. Hey, Mama.
Load an MTN voice bundle between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. and get 3 free MTN to MTN minutes valid all day. Dial *100 *21# and get your free minutes bully daily. Free your fire with free minutes from MTN. Together, our connection is unstoppable. MTN.
NBS Live at 9 is back again. And now we are going to Parliament. Legislators have welcomed Speaker Jacob Obothobob's decision to slash the Speaker's budget from 24.5 billion to 3.9 billion for the financial year 2026-2027 and redirect the savings to priority areas such as parliamentary committees. However, still members of Parliament that are now urging the new leadership to go beyond revising the House budget and also address critical gaps in Parliament's Human Resource Department to improve efficiency and service delivery.
The Parliament of Uganda approved a total national budget of 84.39 trillion shillings in the financial year 2026-2027, with the institution of Parliament itself allocated 1.2 trillion shillings. Of this, 744.4 billion shillings is designated directly for members of Parliament and over 60 billion shillings is distributed among top parliamentary leadership. In a move welcomed across party lines, the Speaker's office, which was initially allocated 24 billion shillings, will see its budget reduced to 3.9 billion shillings under Speaker Jacob Maxon Oboth. The savings will be redirected to priority areas, particularly parliamentary committees. Legislators described the decision as a strong gesture of servant leadership and fiscal responsibility.
We want to put money where it is most needed. We must set priorities among priorities.
It is actually very important to decentralize operations instead of packaging all of them into one basket in the Speaker's office. If he wants to decentralize, if money for committees are supposed to go directly to committee, it is welcome.
And I want to believe that he's going to keep his word. He's going to support committees. The committees are going to be funded. We want to see PAC do its work and reports debated fully and actually taken by government.
And you are going to see within this situation or within this period here, if the word of the Speaker stands, this is going to be one of the effective parliament which people will see.
However, MPs say the budget review should not stop at the speakership. They're urging the new leadership to address structural weaknesses that have undermined Parliament's performance, especially in the 11th Parliament. The legislators also want the new leadership to assess the cause of poor performance of the parliamentary committees of the 11th Parliament and devise means of empowering the committees if serious business is to be presented to the August House.
The new setup need also to look at the operation of committees, how committees actually that's their businesses.
We needed to have a report. Why did the committees fail to perform if they didn't perform? But also, is it true that the committees didn't perform? So we need that proper assessment so that whatever we are going to do will be there now to support action.
They also sounded a warning on integrity, saying corruption tendencies that characterized some committees in the previous Parliament must be stamped out if public confidence is to be restored.
So the perception which is in the public is that some of the committees and most of the committees have some people who believe in picking money from civil servants. So this one is not hidden truth. There was allegation, and that is mere, as it states, it has tainted our backs. So we need to clean it up.
I want to open a fresh page for this parliament. This parliament has come. I have seen young men and women, some of us who are really slightly older than them and senior, we shall be trying to advise them as much as possible.
Seniors advising juniors. Now, with hours to the Kalangala District Woman Member of Parliament by-election, concerns have now emerged after 17 ballot boxes from Mugoye sub-county were found with serial numbers that did not match those on the official parking lists. Opposition and independent candidates questioned the discrepancies, warning that this may and could affect the confidence within the poll. The Electoral Commission was quick to add that the errors were detected during verification and will be corrected before voting ever gets underway.
Following the arrival of verification of electoral materials ahead of the June 24th Kalangala District Woman Member of Parliament by-election, 17 ballot boxes from Mugoye sub-county were found to have serial numbers that did not match those on the parking lists. The discrepancy has raised concern among opposition and independent candidates who are questioning the integrity of the electoral process.
We discovered that the serial numbers of the seals of 17 polling stations from Mugoye sub-county were differing from the parking list seals that had been provided to us of those polling stations.
This morning, the returning officer held a meeting of our candidates' agents where he denied any of the party officials to participate, not even our lawyers.
They have called on the Electoral Commission to rectify the issue before voting begins, warning that the mismatched serial numbers could undermine confidence in the credibility and fairness of the election.
I just can't imagine that it's only a few hours to election day and everything isn't set as expected.
Why are they running away from opening the boxes?
However, Electoral Commission Chairperson Justice Simon Byabakama Mugenyi, while addressing stakeholders in the by-election, said the irregularities affecting the 17 polling stations had been identified and would be corrected before voting starts.
So we are going to address that matter, and I want to assure the people on those 17 polling stations they will cast their vote tomorrow.
Agents and electoral observers also asked the Electoral Commission to clarify the functionality and validity of the biometric voter verification kit BVVK machines, as well as how they will be deployed during the voting process amid concerns about election preparedness and transparency.
By this time, you must be sure that all voters, the 45, are already uploaded on the system. And when you come here and you say, machines are machines.
The register is what feeds that machine, not the other way around.
The Kalangala District Woman Member of Parliament has attracted 5 candidates. These are Irene Nampala of the National Unity Platform NUP, Aida Nabaiga of the National Resistance Movement, and independent candidates Sharifa Kala, Helen Flavia Nagawa, and Agnes Nasuna. all campaign camps have described the race as particularly challenging due to the geographical nature of the island district.
Is that campaigning in Kalengala is very expensive. Because even to go to some villages, even if there are two, you need to hire boats. And to hire a boat, you don't need to have less than 400,000.
A total of 42,456 registered voters are expected to cast their ballots on Wednesday at 115 polling stations across the district.
There comes a time when you hear a certain call, when media organizations must come together as one. That's a song by Michael Jackson. Perhaps Capital and Next Media have come to that certain time. So the two Uganda leading media organizations, Next Media and Capital Radio Group, have announced a strategic collaboration aimed at enhancing value for audiences and for advertisers as well through content sharing, cross-platform engagement, and a joint shared experience.
In a move set to reshape audience engagement across Uganda's media landscape, Next Media and Capital Radio Group have announced a strategic collaboration focused on content sharing, cross-platform engagement, and joint audience experiences. The partnership brings together powerful media brands that have long shaped conversations across the country.
If you look at what we've been trying to build as an ecosystem, what Capital Group has been trying to build as an ecosystem, the idea is how do we use both of those to then create greater value both for our audiences and our advertisers to increase nationwide reach. And so what we're looking at is cross-platform promotion, engagement, content sharing to deliver better value for our audience. That's really the most important thing.
At the heart of the collaboration are NBS Television and Capital FM. NBS Television remains Uganda's leading platform for news and current affairs, driving national conversations on governance, business, politics, and public policy. Capital FM, meanwhile, commands a loyal audience of professionals, business leaders, policymakers, diplomats, and entrepreneurs, making it one of the country's most influential English language radio stations. For audiences, the collaboration promises broader access to content across television, radio, digital and mobile platforms. It also creates opportunities for major national conversations to reach wider audiences through complementary formats and channels.
So this is just a natural evolution of what we've started, and we believe that it will give a lot more opportunities to our listeners as well as our viewers to enjoy more content from the different platforms.
Advertisers are also expected to benefit from integrated campaigns that combine the reach of broadcast media with the growing power of digital and experiential platforms, providing access to highly engaged audiences through a single partnership.
Radio stations have been creating content which has been consumed by the listeners. We're now saying this content is going to be shared across different platforms, which the Next Media Group offers. It has a very strong visual and digital offering. So we believe that a coming together of audio plus visual and digital will be very exciting for both our listeners and viewers.
Beyond news and current affairs, the collaboration extends into entertainment and youth engagement. The alignment of Sanyuka TV and Beat FM creates new opportunities to serve Uganda's vibrant entertainment industry and Luganda-speaking audiences. Meanwhile, Kiss FM and NBS Plus strengthen the partnership's connection with younger audiences through a blend of information, education, and entertainment. Both organizations emphasize that the collaboration does not affect their independent operations or editorial decision-making. Instead, it seeks to leverage each group's strength to deliver richer content, broader reach, and greater value in an increasingly fragmented media environment.
The Next Media Group will continue to be run as the Next Media Group, and the Capital Radio Group will continue to run the different brands as Capital, Beat, and Kiss. So the audiences will continue to enjoy the content they've been enjoying and consuming, but it will bring a fresh appeal to the Next Media audiences. But we also believe that the Capital, Beat, and Kiss audiences will enjoy the vast offering that is available on the Next Media platforms.
Very interesting. Congratulations. Now, despite government commitments to spur economic growth, private sector leaders say high taxes, expensive financing, and as well rising production costs and policy implementation gaps continue to hold back investment and businesses expanding in Uganda. The concerns dominated discussions at a post-budget dialogue convened by the Private Sector Foundation Uganda, as stakeholders examine the opportunities and challenges presented by an 84.4 trillion shilling budget for the financial year 2026-2027.
On June 11th, the Minister of Finance, Henry Musasizi, unveiled the country's spending plan of the 2026-2027 national budget. The Private Sector Foundation Uganda, PSFU, has convened a high-level post-budget dialogue bringing together government officials, business leaders, and development partners to assess the implications of the 2026-2027 national budget on the Ugandan private sector. Stakeholders dissected the spending plan, highlighting key interventions needed to accelerate private sector growth, particularly in agriculture, manufacturing, tourism, science, and technology.
High tariffs, outages, credit costs still expensive, and then, of course, in the housing sector, deficits and mortgaging rates are still high.
Players in the agriculture sector called on government to shift focus from policy formulation to effective implementation, coordination and harmonization of existing interventions.
Not applied to increasing production at the very front, market access at the end, then we are not going to achieve these objectives.
Manufacturers noted that the high costs of raw materials and imported inputs continue to constrain production. They argue that lowering production costs would enhance competitiveness, increase sales and consumption, and create room for reinvestment.
There should be a way you put strategies into place that allow businesses to make more profit, not suffocate and close businesses.
The Uganda Revenue Authority says many concerns raised by taxpayers have been addressed through improvements in compliance systems, enforcement mechanisms, customer care and service delivery.
Exemptions within the tax law that encourage taxpayers to actually start up a business.
However, the authority acknowledged that further reforms could be considered in future budgets. In the science and technology sector, stakeholders observed that while connectivity infrastructure is lightly available, utilization remains low, with an estimated 86% usage gap still existing.
The impact of taxation in the telecom sector. And one of the things that they highlighted was, between the 12% excise duty, the 18% VAT, you've talked about the 10% import. In a sector that is price sensitive, it makes it very hard for people, one, to afford to access.
Tourism industry players expressed concern over what they described as a high tax burden on the hospitality sector, saying it continues to undermine investment recovery. This call for policy reforms, improved air connectivity, better infrastructure, support for domestic tourism, and diversification of the source markets.
Because these are providing the basic backbone for our sector.
Private sector leaders say, although reforms such as IFRIS have contributed to a 12% increase in the manufacturer's turnover, more deliberate action is needed if Uganda is to achieve meaningful commercialization and industrialization.
You need a bigger space to grow your business. You need to be ready for any season.
You need faster checkouts for these busy days.
You need more equipment to meet demand.
You need to make sure everyone gets paid on time.
In business, you need advice, solutions, and sector expertise when it matters.
Your new office space looks great. What's next?
We get it. Absa Business Banking.
East Africa is advancing toward deeper regional integration, stronger economies, and improved livelihoods for its citizens. Join the 6th edition of the East African Community Post-Budget Dialogue for financial year 2026-2027, organized by Siatini in partnership with key government institutions and development partners. Under the theme, Leveraging Regional Integration Through Enhancing Domestic Resource Mobilization, Prudent Debt Management, and Resilient Trade and Investment for Improved Livelihoods in the East African Community. The dialogue would explore practical solutions for sustainable growth and regional transformation, featuring a keynote address by the Right Honorable Rebecca Alitwala Kadaga, the First Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for the East African Community Affairs, alongside leading policymakers, private sector representatives, civil society, and development partners from across the region. Thursday, 25th of June, 2026, from 9:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Watch live on NBS Television, YouTube, Zoom, Facebook, and other digital platforms. Be part of the conversation shaping the future of East Africa. Organized by Siatini, Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Uganda Revenue Authority, Ministry of East African Community Affairs, in partnership with Diaconia, Tax Justice Network Africa, Government of Ireland International Development Program.
Life unfolds in chapters. Through many of these chapters, Jubilee has been present. But life does not happen in separate chapters, and protection should not be separate either. Two journeys have become one. Jubilee Life and Jubilee Health are now one. Here for every chapter, together for better. Jubilee Life Insurance Company of Uganda is regulated by the Insurance Regulatory Authority of Uganda.
Why pay for someone else's repairs? Say goodbye to hidden costs and hello to peace of mind of a brand new start. Discover the Suzuki range of unmatched, fuel-efficient, and reliable options. From the iconic Jimny to the new Across Hybrid. Find the perfect blend of style and world-class efficiency. Upgrade today and enjoy 1 year of free fuel and comprehensive insurance, plus 2 years of free service and a 3-year warranty. Trade in your current car or choose financing to start driving as you pay installments. Don't wait. Visit the Suzuki showroom today or call 0800 211 033 to get started.
Men's wellness is something that I've lived with in my life. And remember that self-love begins with us, all of us, be it a man or woman. I know men always think that it's women who must take care of themselves. But guess what again? With these rampant non-communicable diseases that are attacking us, hypertension, diabetes, name them, the stress hormones, men too need to take care of ourselves. Remember again, the men are the engine. So you're the engine that must live longer, healthy, and perfect. So please take care of yourself. Let's live happy. Self-love begins with you.
In a world that's always changing, the foundations of trust must stay strong. For over 60 years, we've built the minds that build trust, shaping the professionals who carry confidence into boardrooms, communities, and lives. Because trust doesn't happen by chance, it's built, tested, and taught. As the world moves forward, so do we, blending data, innovation, and human insight to prepare the next generation of industry leaders.
Insurance Training College in Uganda, enhancing professionalism. Business Pulse, brought to you by
Isn't it a world of partnerships? Well, Uganda's drive towards a digitally connected economy has received a significant boost following a multi-billion shilling contribution from MTN Uganda, with the funds expected to support internet expansion, digital access programs, and investments in key sectors such as education, ICT development as well.
MTN Uganda has remitted 54.27 billion shillings to the Uganda Communications Commission, UCC, fulfilling its regulatory obligation to contribute 2% of its annual gross revenue towards the development of Uganda's communication sector. The funds are expected to support key initiatives aimed at expanding network connectivity, improving the affordability of digital services, increasing smartphone access, and accelerating the country's digital transformation agenda. While handing over the check, MTN Uganda Chief Executive Officer Sylvia Mulinge reaffirmed the telecom company's commitment to promoting affordable access to communication services, advancing digital inclusion, and supporting Uganda's ambition of becoming a fully connected society by 2030 and achieving a $500 billion economy by 2040.
That we are making advancements in terms of driving digital transformation. We are not where we want to be, but we are definitely not where we used to be. And that is why today we are very proud to contribute 54.27 billion shillings to the Universal Service and Access Fund. This contribution is more than a statutory obligation. It's also a commitment to Uganda's future.
While receiving the contribution, UCC Executive Director Nyombi Tembo revealed that half of the funds will be transferred to the Consolidated Fund, while a portion of the balance will be invested in strategic areas including energy and power infrastructure, as well as the Uganda Institute of Information and Communications Technology.
And I want even to put it that even what goes to Consolidated Fund to be put in infrastructure, to be put in roads, power. Like I said the other day, that the ICC sector, I think, needs energy more than anybody else. We need power. My technical people are telling me that we are just scratching on the top of AI. When we really start using AI in the real, we shall need a lot of power.
Thembo further explained that only 3% of the resources will be spent on administrative costs, with the remaining 97% directed towards development programs.
We also use that money to support UICT, Uganda Institute of Communications and Technology at Nakawa. We also use this money to support the ministry on top of what we take, the 50% which go to finance, directly to support the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, because they do the policy. You can't do regulation without policy.
Big smiles, big handshakes. Now, to advance financial inclusion and as well accelerate Uganda's transition to a cashless economy, Centenary Bank has launched Gonza Pay, a digital wallet enabling real-time transactions and access to financial services. The launch follows strong growth in digital finance, with Bank of Uganda reporting 9.1 billion electronic money transactions in 2025. Nearly 90% of Centenary Bank transactions are now digital.
Centenary Bank Uganda has launched Gonza Pay, a digital wallet platform that enables users to make real-time payments, transfer money, and access a range of financial services. The platform was unveiled at Next Media Park. Speaking at the launch, Centenary Bank Executive Director of Business, Joseph Balikudembe, said Gonza Pay was developed in response to the growing demand for accessible, convenient, and reliable financial services.
Gonza Pay is a wallet that will make lives easier for our customers. And not only are we looking at Centenary Bank customers, we're looking at even non-Centenary Bank customers, because it's open to every person as an app, also on the USSD code, and you can also access it from our agent banking points, which are over 9,000 in the country.
The digital wallet allows users to send and receive money, pay utility bills, settle school fees, purchase goods and services, and make event payments using their mobile phones. It is integrated with mobile money networks and Centenary Bank accounts, enabling seamless transfers between bank accounts, mobile wallets, and fellow Gonza Pay users.
The history of why we decided to come up with a wallet is that the bank today, as we all know, is serving an estimated 3.4 million customers. But the reality is that the country has about 30 million people who are of age to be provided for financial services.
The Bank of Uganda Executive Director for Supervision, Dr. Tumubwine Tuinemanzi, urged financial institutions to ensure that innovation addresses genuine customer needs rather than introducing technology for its own sake.
Understand the customer, identify the problems, describe it, and then find a solution for the problem. Avoid a situation where you come with a solution and then look for a problem to solve.
Centenary Bank serves approximately 3.4 million customers through a network of 82 branches, 214 ATMs, and more than 9,000 banking agents nationwide. According to the bank, 78% of its customers are based in rural areas, making digital channels critical for extending financial services beyond urban centers.
Let's get to our sports wrap. And in there, 4 suspects in the slain rugby player, Sydney Gongodio murder case have been further remanded. National Water and Sewage Corporation has moved to boost water supply in Hoima in preparation for the AFCON 2027, while Gayaza Junior School is set to host the inaugural Future Stars National Schools Scrabble Championships this Saturday.
4 suspects involved in the murder of Stanbic Black Pirates and Uganda Rugby Cranes player Sydney Gongodio early this month have been further remanded till July 23, 2026. This was after their appearance at the Magistrates Court at City Hall. The state told the court that investigations and inquiries into the matter continue, with more arrests expected to be made. 4 suspects, Mugiswa Obed, Owino Joseph, Kabugo Henry and Eli Mundoni were informed that the Magistrates Court has no jurisdiction to hear the case due to its nature as a capital offence.
There are many people still at large who are still suspects, and once we bring them on board, we guess the trial will go on as advised by the magistrate.
Meanwhile, the government has commenced implementation of the Hoima Emergency Water Supply Project aimed at strengthening water infrastructure ahead of the AFCON 2027 tournament. Silva Magisha, the National Water and Sewage Corporation Managing Director, told the media that the project undertaken by Zongao Overseas Construction is geared to ensuring that the water supply is enough.
The duration of the project is 8 months, so we should be able to be in time for AFCON. Mr. Contractor, 8 months.
We commit we shall strictly abide the law of Uganda and control the quality and safety, deliver the project on time.
The 8-month project will cost 14 billion shillings. In Scrabble, Uganda's top young Scrabble players will converge at Gayaza Junior School this Saturday as the inaugural Future Stars SAU National Schools Scrabble Championship gets underway. The competition is expected to attract more than 200 participants from primary and secondary schools across the country, with the stakes high as players battle for places on Uganda's team to the 2026 World Youth Scrabble Championship in Nairobi, Kenya, scheduled for August 7th to 9th.
This is part of the youth development program that the Scrabble Association of Uganda drew up in 2023.
We are waiting for a number of schools and we are going to observe the Ebola SOPs.
The championship is being organized by the Future Stars sports program. In golf, Grace Villa Kabale has appealed to the government to continue supporting the girl child through sports programs, emphasizing that sports not only benefit girls physically, but also empower them with life skills, discipline, leadership abilities, and opportunities for future employment. The appeal was made by Sam Linitwe, board member of Grace Villa, during the opening of the second edition of the Grace Villa Golf Tournament.
Golf is something that is demanding, so having an input by government and also introducing in schools, supporting schools to do it as one of the disciplines within sports.
It never looked stressing, and I felt like it's played by the rich, so I was like, I also have to work hard, I have to be a golfer.
We have 35 children who live in our home. We have over 200 children who are Grace Villa children who we pay school fees for and empower them.
The tournament is organized as part of activities to celebrate 13 years since the establishment of Grace Villa.
FIFA World Cup 2026. Catch all 104 matches on 4 dedicated channels, live on SuperSport, only on DSTV.
I'm called Awidi Isabella. I'm studying from Villa Maria School of Nursing. I've won a school fees with the MTN Momo. This school fees you win for a full year, which I'm very happy for it. I thank MTN Momo for helping me in paying my school fees.
We've paid all the fees for the year.
Thank you very much, because on Wednesday, the principal told me, look for my money and bring my money. I told her, I don't have money, and you have to wait until I get the money. But when I left our office, at 3, they called me that you have won the money from Momo. I said, how does it happen?
As long as you pay school fees using Momo, you stand a chance to win school fees for a year. Dial *165 *80# to win school fees for a year and more.
In the heart of Kampala, there is a place where every moment feels intentional. Welcome to the Amin Pasha Hotel and Spa, a century of quiet elegance, timeless charm, and warm hospitality. From